2014's The Imitation Game is a superb, well-crafted film based on one of the most important people in modern history, Alan Turing, and the solving of the Enigma Machine to decipher German war messages. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe for lots more videos covering the movies you really need to be watching if you haven't already. The film hops between three moments in time in Turing's lifetime, and we start in the 50s when police are called to a break-in at Turing's house. And as it was Turing's neighbour and not him that called the police, Turing is keen to see the policemen away and stop them poking around his belongings to investigate. Though things still seem suspicious that Turing won't admit anything's been stolen, so Detective Knock decides to investigate further. Perhaps Turing is hiding something. We cut back to 1939 and Turing is on his way to Bletchley House to join the group of code breakers working to solve the Enigma Machine during World War II. It's clear straight away he's not exactly good with small talk and has no sense of humour. Despite being top secret, Turing reveals he's put two and two together and suspects their efforts at Bletchley House must be to break the infamous Enigma Machine. Luckily, he's invited into the small group of mathematicians and cryptographers working in secret to break Enigma. During the war so far at Bletchley, German messages are intercepted but don't make sense. If they knew the correct Enigma Machine settings, they'd be able to decipher what the messages are saying. However, the settings are changed every 24 hours by German communications, making the task much harder. A member of MI6 joins the briefing to remind them of the stakes at hand. With every day that passes, more lives are taken by the war. Time really is of the essence. Only a short time into working as a team, it's clear Turing is different to the others, and early signs of tension between team members begin to show. Alan is deep in concentration, building a machine capable of scanning through more code possibilities than the human brain ever could. And when he writes to Winston Churchill himself requesting more money for the required machinery, he's also then put in charge of the team, immediately firing the less capable code breakers, slowing the team down, making him even less popular in the group than he already is. We cut to the third and final chapter in Turing's lifespan, which is as a boy at school. He's heavily bullied, and it's where we're first introduced to the boy who saves him from the bullying, Christopher, who also serves as the inspiration for Turing's machine later built to decipher the Enigma Machine. We learn later that Christopher dies sadly, but before so he teaches Alan of the intricacies of cryptography. We cut back to wartime and Turing is looking to recruit more clever minds to his code-breaking team. He puts out a crossword puzzle in the national newspaper for members of the public to prove their abilities and requests those that complete the puzzle to come to another test in London. Someone who excels is Joan Clark, who initially is not believed to have solved the puzzle herself. Her abilities are quickly made clear and she's accepted onto the team. Turing quickly pays her parents a visit after she's pressured into not taking the post, as it's not seen as appropriate for a woman to work so far from home in an all-male environment. Turing decides within earshot of her parents, clearly the ones putting pressure on Joan not to take the post as they deem it inappropriate, that they'll arrange for her to attend Bletchley, joining other women conducting clerical tasks. However, within that she will be working on tasks to do with the Enigma Machine. Fast forward again to the 50s and Detective Knock is finding more clues as to the mystery of how Turing must be hiding something. His military files are empty, not only classified but missing, meaning it's likely they've been disposed of. Examples of Cambridge graduates who are also Russian spies spark concerns that the same could have been the case for Turing, a Cambridge graduate who has no military files. Pressures build within the team. They're not making progress and it's seen that Turing's machine won't be of any use, yet it's taking up all of his time. Then suspicions of a Russian spy within the team are suddenly brought to the surface when the team's offices are raided. A Russian message was intercepted on its way to Moscow and Commander Deniston heavily suspects all signs point to Turing as the spy. Further information comes to light back in the 50s when a policeman follows Turing to a local pub where it's revealed he pays for sexual favours from another man. Now in the early 50s this is an arrestable crime with severe punishments. Despite this, Detective Knock knows there's more to this than simply Turing being caught breaking the law. The major breakthrough in deciphering the Enigma Machine begins at drinks one night. A friend of Joan and radio operator describes how messages she receives from a German operator counterpart assigns the same few letters in each communication. Turing believed this normally wasn't allowed to be done by German operators. This is the missing information Turing needs to break Enigma. The machine Turing has built now doesn't have to search through the millions of independent, random combinations, taking it more than 24 hours probably, but can screen certain combinations that contain letters they know will be in the German message anyway, such as Heil Hitler. The team quickly recalibrate the machine with the phrase they know will already be in the message. They enter in another letter combination from the most recent German communication, and the machine gets to work. It suddenly stops. The letter it has stopped on, whilst random, when typed into Enigma, will produce out the other end readable German language, which will be the most recent German military orders, detailing where the German forces are or planned German attacks. The team have broken Enigma. The next day though, one horrible fact is realised by the team. If they were to act on every attack they learn the Germans are planning, it would raise German suspicions and they would stop all communications and build a new code machine. All their work would be for nothing. They have to do the horrific thing and allow people on ships at sea to be attacked by German U-boats, only picking certain attacks to stop. This is made worse when Peter sees one of the ships due to be attacked has his brother serving on board. The team refuse to act and Peter is left with the knowledge his brother is soon to die. Soon after this, Turing discovers the source of the secret message on its way to Moscow, which was intercepted leaving Bletchley. The phrase found in the message is on the page marked in a Bible belonging to John. Turing now inadvertently finds himself in a very tricky situation. He's left alone with the Russian spy he's just uncovered. John threatens that if Turing blows his cover, he'll reveal that Turing is gay, which he surmised earlier in the film when they were out for drinks. We return to the present day. Turing has come clean to Detective Knock about the secrecy surrounding his involvement in the military. Despite the fact he was arrested for homosexuality, Detective Knock utters the phrase, "I can't judge you," now knowing he's sitting across from the man who, alongside the Allied forces, played a large role in winning the war. Turing is confined to his home and is visited by Joan. To avoid prison after sentencing, he opts for hormonal therapy and has a course of tablets to take, which may be taking a toll on his mood and overall mental capabilities. It was either the tablets or prison, and if he chose prison, they would surely take Christopher, the machine that deciphered Enigma, away from him. Here the emotional toll of the film is in full force. Turing has done nothing wrong but is punished by society who can't accept his sexuality and are completely unaware of his war efforts. It's not just his machine construction during the war, but many other very early forms of computer technology Turing is responsible for. And it's not really until you do research after watching the film that you realise how much of a relevant and potent story his life is. That's all for today's video everyone, thanks so much for watching. I really do recommend you give the film a watch, and if you've seen it, do let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video.